everyone, I'm Lynn, and today's topic is about trumpet. So real quick, please go ahead and hit the like button. It helps me out and it helps my community grow. And without further ado, let's get to this question about what is going on here. So here's what they had asked me. Hi Lynn, over the past few months, certain sources have stated two possible scenarios regarding trumpet. And we all know who I'm talking about. I'm just trying to change up my wording because they go in and they have crawlers and everything trying to keep track of my language. So you know what I'm talking about, I hope. If not, leave a comment. So number one, regarding trumpet. He was really assassinated when he was in the hospital with a beer bug. Dark controllers have control of him through a clone that houses Trumpet's consciousness. That's one scenario or one hypothesis that's out there. And number two, he is a walk-in and galactic beings are assisting him, including the anonymous group signified with a letter of the alphabet, which we know what that group is, along with the white hats and the military. They're doing covert operations and taking down the cabal. I can see the genius in this since mainstream news is such utter crap and controlled by the cabal. That we also know to be true. It would be easy to continue these operations without the public realizing what is happening in the background. I've sensed a change in him. It seems a bit surreal watching snippets of his speeches now. While people are still cheering for him, there's a lot of things that have been unresolved, like the voting incident that happened, different investigations that are going on. There's a lot of stuff still left out there hanging that many of us are like, hey, what's going on here? What happened? There's so much corruption and it's eerily quiet. Why? We're not hearing about it. I really hope it's the second choice out of the two that they listed here. So little info is offered, and there's a lot of division, even within the truther community. So clarification on this would be greatly appreciated. And when I think about this entire scenario, and I think about this trumpet train that is sometimes referred to, I cannot connect to really either one of those options. And so then I want to ask, what is really going on with him? I do not get any kind of a sense of a cloning with him. I did not pick up on that at all. He's enjoying being selective in the public eye and watching to see how the current administration fails. It's like he's just sitting back and watching, kind of enjoying it. And he isn't wanting the country necessarily to fall, but he likes people to see what type of situation was created as he left office. He has always had an ego at play, and we know that. We know his personality, but that's also what made him determined. So it's kind of like you have to take the good and the bad combined. And the current management of the country is also playing into this, making him feel like, wow, they're going to miss me now, right? He's wanting people to want him back. He's also dealing with some limitations in order to come back more into the public eye for 2024. I do not see him running, but I do see him involved. Perhaps his son or daughter will run, or someone close to him. It feels like some relative, someone very close to him is going to run. He feels like he comes back as an advisor of some kind, like the vice president, or something of that nature. If any of you have seen the Game of Thrones, you have the one that's like the hand of the king, and they wear that pin. I kept seeing symbolism of him wearing this pin, like he might not be the leader, but he's right there. He's a voice in their head when they need some kind of consultation, or there is something going on that he needs to intervene, an idea, thought, a theory, hypothesis, you name it. I see him being in that kind of a capacity this next go around. So what are the limitations he's dealing with? He has to be somewhat compliant with the beer bug narrative. I get that they are going to force him to do that. Not only does he want those to believe in it, to associate it to the treatments that emerged, such as the shot when he was in office and his administration participated in, he doesn't want the guy running the show, or the illusion, I should say, because he's not, he has a handler, taking credit for anything positive. He doesn't want this administration saying, yeah, we rolled this out and everybody's doing great and we're the ones that are behind all this. He wants to own that. Whether he believes in it or not, he's still going to own it, because in the eyes of those that do believe in it, he's taking credit for it. Trumpet feels like this is his glory. He can call out some of the people that are forcing unconstitutional rules, but he still has to align in some capacity with the narrative. So he may say, you know what? I believe in it. I think you should go on with your narrative. But then the flip side of that could be people need their own choice. He can tout how he feels, but he's going to flip it around and let people have some choice in the matter. He's also not in power right now. In his opinion, the stance I get will change after he does take on the more consultant type role. So part of it is he's playing the long game. Hey, we'll pacify him. I'll agree with this. I'll go along with this narrative. But when I get in office, they're going to see a slightly different spin on how he's agreeing. The powers that were, they didn't form overnight, and it's going to take a lot to overcome them. People wanting one person to do it all or setting that person up for failure or unmet expectations, to think that one person is going to go in a few years, go clean house on something that's been hundreds of years in the making, it's just impossible. It's unrealistic, and that person can't fulfill all that. Not only will it take a great leader, but it's going to take followers that believe in that leader. It's more than one person. It's a group of people that are going to grow in that group. We haven't seen the last of Trumpet, but he also isn't a person to change the entire world. You can't put all that on one man. We have to create and be the change that we want. And that was all I had for this reading. I want to thank you so much for listening. Please like and share my work. It really helps me out. If anybody's out there would like to submit their own request, please hop on over to the blog. Or if you're interested in a personal reading for yourself, Reiki session or coaching session, jump on over to psychicfocus.blogspot.com and I will help get you scheduled. All of you take care, and that's all I have for now. Thank you. Bye.